Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another inspiring episode of Amazing You podcast and YouTube channel, a space where stories of resilience, transformation, and hope comes alive. Here we share powerful journeys that remind us that even in the challenging moments, there is always a path forward. I am your host. My name is Dr. Rani Thanacoody. I am a clinical hypnotherapist using rapid transformational therapy method. I am a Mars Venus life and relationship coach, breathwork coach, astrologer, tarot reader, and past life regression practitioner and energy practitioner. Today, I am super excited, everyone, and I am very honored to welcome Carrie Eaton. Carrie is a deeply inspiring author whose journey is one of faith, resilience, and healing. Carrie lives in Texas, where she has lovingly cared for her 92-year-old mother over the past 3 years. And after the tragic loss of her 3-year-old daughter in 1995, Carrie has been on a profound healing journey for over 3 decades. She's the author of Walking in the Fullness of Joy After Tragedy, which was published in January 2026. And her upcoming book, Faith Without Borders, is coming very soon. Through her writing, Carrie hopes to bring comfort and hope to others navigating grief and guided by her unwavering faith and belief in reunion beyond this life. So welcome to Amazing You, Carrie.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. It's an honor to be here.
I am very honored. I am very grateful for you taking the time to share your precious journey with us that I'm sure will help a lot of people who are listening. So my first question to you, Carrie, could you share a little bit about your journey and what led you to write your first book?
In 1995, I have three daughters. First of all, and Chelsea was my baby. She was in a horrific accident in 1995. They were on a weekend with their dad, and it was Labor Day weekend. And the accident had happened on September the 1st of 1995. And my daughters were in Lubbock, Texas, with a babysitter, and she'd forgotten the key to get into the house. So my middle daughter wanted to get inside the car to get warm. And when she did, the car was on a 90-degree angle, and nobody knew, including the babysitter, that the car was messed up, the gear shift. And when she was getting in the back seat, her foot accidentally hit the drive shaft, from park to, I guess, reverse. And when she tapped that, Chelsea was trying to climb in, and she was running beside the car. And what happened was she got knocked down by the door of the car, and then the car ran over her. Now, I don't know what my children heard, and I don't know what they saw. And that's been extremely difficult for me to maneuver because I don't know. But I do know that God was there. I do know that He's healing, all of us, and He's brought me so far. Because in the early days after her accident, I was in such deep grief that I did not see color for 2.5 years. Everything was black and white. The sky was gray. The grass was gray. Everything was black or white. And one day, a few months after she had passed, probably about a year or so, I was sitting at her gravesite, and I looked up, and the sky was blue, and the grass was green, and there were flowers blooming all around me. And I told God, where have I been? Because it kind of like shell shocked me out of that grief for a second. And he said, Carrie, you've been in the darkest pit you've ever been in your life, and I'm here to pull you out. And he's so good. He picked me up and he carried me for years as we were walking through this healing journey together. Because whenever you lose somebody, you never get over that loss. But I have the hope, and I know that I will see my baby again. I know she's in heaven. I know that, she didn't feel anything when the accident occurred. I know that Jesus himself came down and took her to heaven for me, and she was able to grow up there. And for that, I'm extremely grateful. And I'm not making light of anything. I do miss her, clearly. But
Terry, thank you, thank you. Thank you for being so brave, so vulnerable today, and for sharing that journey, which is not easy and
right,
very, very hard, going through grief and mostly of a young child. It's not
right.
somebody. It's always sad when we lose someone, and
Sure.
I'm very sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
And it is life changing when we experience those kind of events. It changes us from the deep inside.
Um,
And I know you have a strong faith in God, which is very important.
sure.
Can you share with us how did you find the strength to keep going once your daughter was she was not in this world? How did you find the strength, Carrie?
I leaned on God. I mean, I was not as close to him as I am today,
Mm-hmm.
but I told him, I said, I know you didn't do this. I know who's behind it. And it's the enemy that, we're in a spiritual warfare, whether we want to be in it or not. We have to battle every single day. I know exactly who took my baby. And God, I've asked him, make him pay for what he's done to me and my family, because it's been such grief, such sorrow, for years. And whenever I stopped trying to do everything and I let God, start healing me, that's when the breakthrough started coming. That's when he started healing me little by little, glory to glory. He picked me up and he would just hold me because clearly I still cry,
Mm-hmm.
when I talk about her and stuff. But it's not a pity party. God told me, you can be powerful or you can be pitiful. Well, I'm going to be powerful because I know that there's a lot of people out there that are going through the same thing. And it may not be a child. It may be, a sibling, a mother, father, aunt, uncle, whatever it may be, even a loss of a job or, divorce, anything like that. It's grief.
Yeah.
Grief isn't just connected to losing somebody. It's what we face in life a lot of times. And but I know that I know. I trust God with all I've got because he's had his hand on my life all my whole life.
Mm-hmm.
And when I look back, because we live life forward, but we understand it backwards. When I look back, I see his hands all over my life. These past 3 years, he's done amazing work in me. Whenever we decided to write the book, I say we because God told me we were going to sit down and write. We did it on Palm Sunday is when we started. And I put it off for a year because I didn't want to confront all the grief and the sorrow and the shame and all the things that I was carrying because I carried guilt and shame for 27 years.
Mm-hmm.
And one morning, about 4 years ago, we were doing a study at my church on forgiveness and, how to forgive other people. And, I've forgiven everybody who's hurt me in my whole life, intentionally or not, doesn't matter. And I got up after my prayer time with him that morning and he said, when are you going to forgive? And I'm like, God, I've forgiven everybody. He said, no, Carrie, you need to forgive yourself because what happened to Chelsea is not your fault. Her blood is not on your hands. I know that, and you need to know that. This is the trap that the enemy tries to lay for you because it was always, well, what if you had done this or what if you had done that? She would still be here today. Look what you did. You caused this. And I didn't. I know exactly because the enemy comes, accusing us of things. I didn't do anything wrong. I let my kids go see their dad when they were supposed to. It was a horrible, terrible accident. But that's what it was. It was an accident. And I know exactly who's behind it. I never blamed God. I was never mad at God. Still not ever mad at God. Um, he's my help. I mean, why am I going to be mad at the only person who can help me? He's it. And I don't harbor unforgiveness, because when you harbor unforgiveness towards somebody, you're tying God's hands. He can't help you because he won't answer your prayers, and he can't help you. You've got to release that. You have to forgive. And forgiving somebody is not for them, it's for you, because they don't care if you're mad. They're out living their life. The healing is for you, and God will show you and tell you who exactly it is or what it was that, brought up the unforgiveness. And a lot of times we get a root of bitterness, and we have to dig that up. God dug it up for me. And I'm so grateful, because I love people, and I don't want to help as many people as I can while I'm here on this earth, and tell them the good news of Jesus and how good he is and how much he loves us. And, but when we sat down to write this, he said, we're going to confront a bunch of things. We're going to confront the pain, the sorrow, the grief, the guilt, the shame, everything that's been holding you back. Because for 27 years, I was being held back by my own chains that I created, because I believed the lies of the enemy. And when we started this book, he gave me every single word. Every word in this book and the second book is God breathed. He gave me every single word. He said, we're going to confront, we're going to heal, and you're going to be able to help others when this is done. It took us probably less than 30 days. He'd give me, a few sentences, and I'd type them in. Then, I was crying. He said, stop and weep. It's okay. This is healing you. You've got to get this out. You can't have it bottled up inside you, because it's going to drive you crazy. You have to release those emotions. You have to. And it was 27 years of guilt that just came out, crying and weeping. And he helped me in that moment, and in those moments. And when we finished it, like I said, it was less than 30 days. He said, well done. This is going to help so many people. And he told me, you're not going to believe where this book is going to take you. It's far above anything you could ever dream, think, or imagine. And he's done like that. He has kicked open doors for me. It's like he's wrapped his favor around me. Everywhere I go, I have favor. And it's only God. He's the only one that can give me favor like this. And, when he said, whenever you speak or whatever you need to do, you're going to bring somebody through these doors that we've already gone through, and they're going to receive their healing as well. Because I want to give hope, because even though it was such a horrible, terrible accident, there is joy on the other side of grief. But you have to let God heal you from the inside out, no matter how long it takes. Doesn't matter. God's not on the timetable. Everything is in his time. And he will do it if you will let him. He loves you. He has a great plan for your life. He's a great father. You can cry out to him at any time of the day or night, and he hears you. He sees you. He knows exactly where you're at. And he hears every single prayer that we've prayed. And sometimes our prayers are not answered, or we're told no, because he has a better plan for us. He loves us, and he wants the very best for his kids. And I love that. He's such a good father. Abba Father, in a term of endearment, means your daddy. He's my daddy. He's also my father, but he's also my daddy. And I can run to him. And when I cry out, Abba Father, he runs to me, and he meets you right exactly where you're at. And he wants to hold you and love you and help you get through life, because life is hard sometimes. And especially when you have suffered, a significant loss in your life, God will heal you. He will take you in his arms. He will teach you. He will, oh gosh, he will comfort you. He will do all the things that you need him to do. He is everything that you need. You don't need to look anywhere else, because God is it. God is everything that we need in any given moment of the day or night.
Yes, that's so true, Carrie. Thank you for sharing all that. You mentioned so many important points, and I like when you talk about forgiveness. And you said that forgiveness, because a lot of people think that forgiveness is for others, but greatest forgiveness is for ourselves, because we have hold on to so much guilt, shame, blame. And
Yes.
when we release that, we are able to let all these emotions go. It's like freedom. It's like being alive again. And yes, I have worked on forgiveness myself, for myself. And I can tell you it is such a powerful practice. So it has healed so much. And I do understand when you talk about how this has helped you to heal when you started to forgive yourself, because we do put a lot on our shoulders and keep ourselves into so much shame and blame and guilt. And I've seen that with my clients. Yes, it's a super important technique. And yeah, and you talk also, Carrie, about losing grief. And I really appreciate that you talk about grief. It's not only about losing somebody, but grief there are other areas where we experience grief. Like you said, loss of a job, a divorce is a grief,
Yes.
because you are separating, leaving your home and having to start over again. Loss of friends leaving your life.
That's right.
And wow, it's like we don't realize how much grief we continue to experience throughout life. It's like I've lost my dad recently, and this has been, you can't prepare for when you lose somebody. There is so much you can do before that, but when this happen, it's still grief going on. You still have to go through that process and to release the anger, the denial, and then the acceptance of the situation, until you can slowly, at your pace, find the
Right.
joy again. And you
That-
talk about, I like the title of your book, which is about how to find joy after tragedy. So,
Yes.
can you please share with us when, can you share with us joy after tragedy? What does it truly mean for you on a day to day level?
Oh, it's peace. It's
Mm,
happiness. It's finding joy in the little things. I take great joy in sunrises and sunsets, taking walks, enjoying God's nature, reading a book, studying His Word every day, and and leaning on Him and His promises, because He tells us in His Word that He will never leave us or forsake us or abandon us. And I thank Him every day that He never gave up on me, because everybody else did, but God never gave up on me. And I would not be sitting here today if God had not intervened and did what He did and helped me. It's such an incredible journey. And looking back, I don't even recognize that broken girl from 30 years ago. I don't even recognize her. Even from 3 years ago, I don't, because I've gotten so close to God. And I'm so thankful, because every morning when I wake up, the first things out of my mouth, I start thanking God for the day. And I go through He gave us a new home in 2024. And I thank God for our home and everything in it. And I name everything off. I mean, it's people laugh sometimes, but it's, toothpaste, toothbrush, towels, washcloths, everything that God has given us, because everything is from God and to God. And I'm thankful for everything. And I'm so thankful that He, chose me to be His vessel to write these books. I mean, it's all God. It's not me. He gave me every word, but it's, to have such a peace and joy after everything, and knowing that, I'm going to see her again. I will, and every day I tell God, we are one day closer of me coming to heaven and seeing my baby and my dad. And just kind of real quick, in 2000, I had surgery, and I died a couple of times. And so before I came back, I was on life support for a few days. God took me to a part of heaven. I don't know exactly where it was. It was a long like a hallway, and it was real bright. It was white, and it had pink clouds, dark clouds, white clouds, dark pink clouds. I mean, it was beautiful. And I was walking, and so peaceful too, and joyful. When I was walking through, I don't know how far I was going, but I heard my baby and my daddy laughing. And my dad had just passed away a week before I went into the hospital. And I'm like, wow, because I was having such a hard time. It'd only been like 5 years since Chelsea had passed. And I didn't know, did she feel anything? All the things. When I heard her laughing, that was it. I'm like, thank you, God. It was so good. And I so needed that. As a mom, I needed that because your mama's heart is still there, even though your child is not. It's still there. You still miss them. You still love them. And I've heard a lot of people say that grief is love that has nowhere to go. And I'm just like, and it makes sense, to a point to me, but, I get to see her again. And I know she's waiting for me. And I cannot wait for that day. It's going to be so wonderful and such a homecoming to see my dad and my baby there meeting me at the gates. And it's going to be so good. I can't wait.
Oh, Carrie, thank you. That's beautiful. What you experienced was very, very powerful. You experienced what we call near-death experience, and
Yes.
you saw your daughter, you saw your dad there, and that's what a lot of people have told in so many books.
Yeah.
That when they die, it's not over. It's like
No,
life continues. We continue to live. We are eternal beings. So your
that's
little
right.
girl and your dad, they are waiting for you. They are watching over you, and they have their eyes on you, knowing everything that you do. So they are really in a very good place. They are not suffering. That's what give all of us comfort when our loved ones go. Is
Yeah.
the pain is gone. There is
Yes.
only joy and love there.
That's right. It's a beautiful, heaven's a beautiful place.
Yes.
I can't wait. I can't even fathom, how it looks. I mean, it's not described much in the Bible because there's no words to describe it. It's so
Mm-hmm.
beautiful.
Yeah.
I can't wait. One
It will
day.
happen at the right time.
Mm.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
We will all connect with our loved ones. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
And I would like to ask you,
Sure.
Carrie,
Hmm.
if someone is listening today, right now, and is crying alone, as we are talking, they are watching, listening, and crying all alone, what would you want them to hear from you?
To know that God loves you and He's in it with you and He has His arms around you because it tells us in His Word that He goes to the brokenhearted and He comforts them and He knows exactly what grief is. He's experienced it. He's very well acquainted with grief. When Jesus died on the cross, He had to watch His son die. And I can't even imagine that, watching your own child die like that. But when He wraps His arms around you, you'll feel it. And He will comfort you, He will hold you, and just cry and cry because it's cleansing. It's good for you to cry. It's good to miss. It hurts, yes, but you have to get better. And crying and releasing those emotions are part of the healing journey. It's okay to acknowledge them. It's okay. There's no shame, no guilt in crying over someone that you've loved that you've lost. But know that God is with you and you're never alone. You are never alone because God is always with you.
Ah, that's beautiful and so well said, Kerry, that he talks about crying and releasing those suppressed emotions because we have been taught in this as children in our society that crying is not good. So many misconceptions that we have to be strong. So where do these emotions go? They go somewhere in the body. So that's why releasing them through crying, or what you did as well, was beautiful. You started writing. So writing is another way to
Yes,
express your emotions. So,
absolutely.
and that's so powerful. And one of my teacher, she used to say, her name is Marie Sapir. She used to say the feelings that cannot find themselves, that cannot find its expression in tears, may cause the internal organs to weep because
Yeah.
it's stored in the body. And I have seen from my clients, some of them have numbed themselves, they haven't felt, they haven't cried. And now this is inside the body and they don't understand what is happening to them. A lot of anxiety, because it's trying to come out. So
Yeah.
releasing those emotions, it's so healing and it's such a relief as well as we let them go. Yes,
That's
thank
right.
you.
That's
You made
true.
you made
Yeah.
a very, very important point for the audience. So feel free to cry, like Carrie told you. Crying is good. Crying is healing. Crying is healing because the most your feelings are the most important. It's most like feeling your feelings is the most one of the most important things you can do. Feel them, and it's okay to feel them. No need to hide them. No need to suppress them. Feel them, release them. And that's what healing is about, Kerry. You and
Yes.
I, we know, healing is about releasing, letting go, and letting go of anything that's holding us back. Yes. And what gives you hope, Kerry, about reuniting with your daughter one day?
Oh, hope, knowing that I'm going to see her again, knowing that I'm going to get to, be with her for eternity. Our life here is so short. It's like a vapor. And,
Mm,
but when we get to heaven, it's all for eternity. It never ends. It never ends. And I'm like, okay, so we may be going through some hard things down here, but God is only going to allow it to go so far, then he'll stop it. But when we get to heaven, we're going to be so joyful, and so it's such a beautiful, loving, and peaceful place, and we've got forever to live there. It never ends, and I love that so much. And that's what gives me hope, knowing that I'm going to see my baby again, and knowing that I'm going to live forever when I get there. God's good, and he has such a beautiful plan, and he has prearranged everything for us, and it's so exciting to me. I don't have a death wish or anything like that, but whenever he's ready to take me, I'm ready to go. I believe in him and Jesus, and I've been saved, and all the things, and I can't wait for that time. And but in the meantime, while I'm here, I'm going to do much good for his
mm,
kingdom as I can, and also do as much damage to the kingdom of darkness as I can while I'm here, because there is an enemy that comes after us at times, and it's good to be prepared and be on guard and be ready to fight, because it's going to be a battle. This has been a battle for almost 31 years. In September, it'll be 31 years that she's been gone.
mm.
And it's a battle every single day, but I choose to be powerful, and I choose to believe in God and know that he has a great plan for my life.
Absolutely. And that is so true for anybody listening. What Carrie is saying for herself applies to you as well. So take it, receive it, and know that God is always by your side and call on to God. And you mentioned in our conversation today that you hear God. So how do you communicate with God? Do you hear God speaking to you, Carrie?
Not always. He shows me a lot of things through his word, like scriptures, or
Mm,
somebody will come up and tell me what he's told me. He has back in September, we went to a conference, and a lady came up to me and wanted me to know that God had spoken a hundredfold blessing over me.
mm,
And I was like, wow. And that hundredfold blessing, it never runs out. It never
mm.
expires. It's like God. It's limitless. And I haven't heard him speak audibly to me, but he did show me how big he is. About 3 years ago, this kiddo had died, and he came back, and people were asking him, well, did you see God? He said, yeah, part of him. And in me, I'm a visual girl. I like to see things visual. It makes sense to me when I see it. And I asked God one morning, I said, would you just, and before I could get the words out, he took me to the highest mountain in the world. He's bigger than that. His shoulder hit the peak. He had a blue robe on with a white sash, and I could see him walking through the mountains. I could see his sandals, And he said very clearly, Carrie, now you see how big I am.
Mm-hmm.
You see that I'm bigger than any season, any issue, any circumstance, any feeling, any addiction, any financial issues, any family issues. I'm bigger than all of it. He is the answer for everything. And when I saw that, and when he put that, gave that to me, internally, he said, don't doubt me. I've got you. And that's when my faith took off, and I've leveled up so much on my faith since then. It's crazy. I've never had faith like this before, but God will never fail you. And that's what you have to get. You have to get it in here, knowing that he will never fail you. He'll never leave you. He's holding you up with his righteous right hand. He's got his eye on you, and he will never, no, never loosen his grip on you, because that's how much he loves you. And there's nothing and nobody that could ever snatch you out of his hand. He's big. And when we read the Bible, it says that God can hold all the oceans in one hand, and he stretches out his hand and it covers the whole sky. Well, when I saw him, then it clicked. I'm like, wow. And he was so good. He didn't have to show me, but he did. And I'm so thankful. And, it's so wonderful to be that close to God, because the closer you get to God, the more things that he shows you and talks to you, and, through scripture, or maybe, a thought, or whatever it may be. God does different things. He doesn't do things the same way for anybody. It's always different. God likes to surprise us like that, but it's so good. And that it's him, because he's the only one, that would know, what you're going through and all the things. And, it's just so wonderful. His peace is so good. It's the peace that even in the chaos, even in the crazy, you're at rest. You enter God's rest because you lean and depend and rely only on him. And when you enter God's rest, you don't have to be wore out from worrying. Just give it to him. Cast your care. He's got it. He's got a good plan. He won't let you down ever. God can do anything and everything but fail you. He will never fail. He's never failed before, and he won't start now. And he's won every single battle, and he'll never lose a battle. Never.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yeah.
You very well expressed that, how God is good and God is always there for us. And I
Yes.
think it's very important for the audience as well to develop that connection. Call on to God. We want
Right.
God to help us, but we don't call on him. Talk to God. And in your home, he will hear you, he or she, however you see God. Just call on to God, talk to God, develop that communication. It's very important that we develop that line of communication, just like we call our friend on the mobile. But God is so easy to talk, doesn't need a mobile.
That's right.
Yes, so talk to God throughout your day, wherever you go. Ask God to protect you, to be with you. Talk to God any issues you have, because he knows your pain and he knows how to help you get through that and bring the right people into your life. And I've done that so many times when I need, and I see God miracles. It's
Yeah.
about another thing you mentioned. It's about gratitude, being grateful for the little things, because when we are grateful for the little things, it means we are open for more abundance to come to us. So be grateful for every situation, even if you can't see the good right now. Just like Carrie, she couldn't see anything at that time when she lost her daughter, which was tragic. But now, with her book, sharing her story, she's going to help so many people going through. And I know so many parents have lost children, have lost relatives. So definitely your story will impact so many people who have experienced loss. So it's been incredible, Carrie, talking to you. And before we finish,
Good.
my last question to you,
Okay.
before the last question, is how can the audience, the listeners and the viewers, connect with you and find out more about you and your book?
Okay. Well, I'm on Facebook and social media, and also our book is on Amazon. I'll kind of give you a little picture, and there's a little QR code you can order it on there, and it's at Barnes and Nobles too, but you can get it online, and it's available as an ebook and as a paperback book as well. So either way, but it's I'm on all social media, so I'm on YouTube, Carrie Eaton. You'll be able to find me. I've got some videos up already from previous podcasts and stuff, but it's good. But feel free to reach out to me. I love to pray with people, for people. If you need anything at all, please reach out to me. I'd love to connect with you.
That's fantastic. Your link will appear below, Carrie, on the video. But for those people who are just listening, for the audience who is just listening, would you please tell us the title of your book again, please?
Yes, it's Walking in the Fullness of Joy After Tragedy.
Thank you.
You're
And
welcome.
my last question to you, Carrie, we are coming close towards the end of this podcast. What is the message that you would like to leave the audience today, Carrie?
Oh, love big, hope when you feel like there's no hope, hope on, and find joy in the little things and have peace.
Thank you. Thank you so much. That's really beautiful. Thank you.
You're
And I
welcome.
would like to say thank you, Carrie, for taking your time today. What an incredible conversation. I enjoyed every moment with you and how you express yourself and all the wisdom you shared. And I really hope the audience can learn from that, put something in practice, what Carrie said. And I would like to say big thank you to my team who is behind the scene doing the work, getting everything ready. And thank you again, everybody, for watching, sharing, and subscribing. Remember that you are amazing. You have always been amazing, and you always will be amazing. Thank you again, Curry, for your time, for your words of wisdom, and take care, everybody. Bye bye.